Economy and innovation. I'm one of the animators of the Vanguard Smart Health pilot. So not many algorithms, not many charts, but some maps, bring you back to where some of the actions, the deployment of the health initiatives a number of you have spoken about take place. So another key message that I hope you'll take from this presentation, as we heard yesterday and even this morning, that creating trust between the patient, the clinicians, the policymakers, but also the organizations that do the research, that deploy the new technologies in their SMEs or their startups. Vanguard gives you a place to work with trusted people and trusted organizations. And also, maybe you'll stay to the end of the slides, because Vanguard has actually just launched a new funding initiative to support those regional ecosystem actors that I think we heard Professor Marc talk about this morning, about working with clusters. And the next speaker will give you a concrete example of how some of the initiatives that the Vanguard are working on can actually impact and deliver new healthcare, but also new research and innovation. So let's move on. Vanguard is better than being in the rear guard. It's a group of regions that said, let's not just wait for Europe to give us money. Let's not just wait for our national governments to give us money, but let's put our skills and knowledge together. And so in 2013, a number of regions who were being coerced by the particularly DG Regio and saying, okay, let's work together on what we call smart specialization areas. We can't all be experts in nanomedicine. We can't all be experts in advanced agriculture. But let's try and cooperate between those regions that are considered advanced and therefore create critical mass, visibility, and centers of excellence on investment and innovation. So these regions started working together, and they soon identified some areas where collaboration was perhaps easier. And so we have 8 pilot actions, one of which, one of the earliest, is smart health, which is what I'm going to talk to you about. The smart specialization thematic partnerships is a good example of how money from different DGs can be combined to fund SMEs, to fund major infrastructure initiatives, but also to fund more practical deployment through different mechanisms, whether they're SME vouchers, whether they're public procurement instruments, but using a different mix of funding, and not just research funding, not just innovation funding, but actually implementation funding. The Smart Health pilot action is co-led by Flanders, so that's why we're here, but also East Netherlands and South Netherlands. So they set out to create a group, and here you see the 13 regions that have today said, yes, we have something to offer on this dimension of the smart health spectrum. We're happy to work together. Initially, when the project cooperation was launched, there's no particular funding, but the ethos behind the cooperation is each region, each actor in the ecosystem brings their project forward and seeks to create a combination of experience and ideas and implementation. And the process is ongoing. So if your region today is not on this list, well, if you look to the right, we see Catalonia and Moravia Silesia who said, we're interested, we have ecosystem actors, we have clusters, we have specialized research and innovation organizations that would like to join. Can we come and pitch our ideas? So it's an ongoing process that is quite dynamic because we regularly get new members. Within the smart health area, you can see there are 4 different categories in which organizations have pitched their ideas. No surprising, we see data, we see preventive health. We heard this morning, I think, from one of the questions, I think Stefania Boccia talked about personalized preventive care within the healthcare and the profit project EC funded. So we try and create the synergies with other strategic roadmaps, and the regions are also pushing to align strategies. So these are the areas where you can let's say, pitch your ideas, but also try and convince others that collaboration would make sense to deliver your projects. The pilot actions, therefore, are not funded directly by Vanguard, but they seek to secure funding from national, regional, European projects, and together they create let's say, a common good around one idea that's shared between 3, 4, maybe 5 regions. The idea is then to communicate. We saw, I think, practically all the slideshows we've seen this morning. The last one is always about communication and making sure we're not operating either in silos or in one-way streets. So the personalized medicine focus, the actors that are involved in the Smart Health pilot are often key players in some of the other policy roadmaps linked to health. So they are, let's say, engaged in creating and sharing the knowledge as quickly as possible. You can see there's an abundance of acronyms. Perhaps just to sort of put it in a wider context, today Europe is looking to come to the end of their 21-27 funding period. We have a new, let's say, time to reflect on the future of cohesion funding. So, and this is important for Vanguard because it's the regional level where we see cohesion working at its most, let's say, effective. And so trying to create some sort of pipeline of projects creates stronger links between the more advanced regions. We saw from the experience from Finland. If you take that into Romania, if you take that into the new member states, Moldavia, Ukraine, you can see why cohesion is still a very relevant policy direction with health in particular. Currently, there are 5 demo cases that are being developed, and if you want to learn more about the demo cases, in the hall there is a stand enables you to get some more insights. I'll just share 1 or 2 of these. One on regenerative medicine. It's led by our friends in Netherlands and Belgium. And again, you can see maybe an idea, a cooperation opportunity for you to join with these people. The digital safe, the digital vault demo case, this is run led by our friends in the region of Flanders. We've seen how almost in all the slides, the accessibility of data, the use of data, the validation of its use are one of the key dimensions on the new European digital health space. So, and yesterday, I think one of the interesting questions is, well, who benefits from this data and who has access? So these are some of the issues on the digital safe demo case. This particular project, I think, Alina, you might tell us a bit more about, so I'm not going to steal your thunder. What's interesting for you, perhaps if you're not, your region is not on the list or your organization is not currently active, let's say you're from South Netherlands and you want to work with this particular initiative. We had a meeting in Ghent last month where the Catalonia and their cluster, BioCat, their innovation ecosystem came to pitch 3 ideas and said, this is what we'd like to do within Vanguard. These are our ideas. Is there any interest from the rest of you? And the discussions enabled us to think there are 1 or 2 of these 3 that maybe have some traction and can be developed into a demo case. Again, the demo case can lead to a joint European project. It can lead to a regional funding. There is no lack of imagination to find funding, or it can just be simply using your own resources to deploy the idea. But this is to show you that it's an ongoing process. The next meeting will take place in Maastricht, 10th and 11th of September, or the 11th and 12th. But if you see us on the Smart Health stand, we can tell you more about that. So regions can come and pitch and submit some new ideas. I think probably by now you've seen the benefits. The support of your regional infrastructure can help accelerate your SMEs access to funding. It can put your SME in touch with some leading European experts in health innovation in other regions. And this is, again, facilitated through a trusted network of regions and their ecosystem players, the clusters, for example, or some of the leading innovation platforms. And We are moving forward to something quite new, because the call has just been launched, and it has a very sexy name called Vinovate. So it's not Vinnova Sweden, but it's got the VI from Vanguard Initiative, so it's a nice little acronym. As I said at the beginning, we often expect someone else to fund our initiatives, so someone else to say, oh, that would be nice, here's the check. The Vanguard regions have been working on this for a number of years and said, well, we have our own budgets. Some of you are familiar with the Eurostars, the Eureka type initiatives. In this case, the following regions have said, we're going to put our own money on the table to support our SMEs, our innovation actors, and we want them to collaborate with someone else. And as you can see, we have some hot news. This was added like half an hour ago before the coffee break, because I borrowed this slide from the Vanguard Initiative, and they are managing the Vinovate, so we're just the smart health part, and I say just, this is us, you, and Flanders have now signed the MOU, so they will be funding their SMEs, their innovation players, to collaborate with somebody from another country here with an innovation project. So you talk to your friends and family within the Ministry of Economy and Innovation, and you can see what type of project that may be brought forward. More regions will be joining. More regions will be joining, and the idea is that it's working across the 8 thematic areas of the Vanguard. So in this room, we're all smart, we're all health and interested in the health domain. We often say that when a new call, a new initiative comes out, it's best to get in there first rather than wait for everybody to understand what it's all about. So I think there are opportunities for pursuing this initiative and deploying what a number of you have already said when you refer to startups and SMEs. Last message is that part of the facilitation process the Vanguard Initiative has put in place is called the Vanguard Initiative Gateway. And so there's a platform. I think, as somebody said, the slides will be made available and the links should work. But again, there are QR codes on the Smart Health stand, will enable you to participate and either put forward a project or see what projects are being put forward. And I think yesterday in the panel on European partnerships, we saw an interest in the cross-sectoral dimension. So Vanguard has projects on artificial intelligence, on other domains that might be relevant to the smart health. So that's another way of finding out what's happening in the other domains to see if your health/personalized medicine project could actually take place. So more information, QR codes, etc. Thank you very much for your attention. And I think
Are you introducing Alina?
I could introduce Alina because it's nice and relevant.
Brilliant. I'll be there.
One of the slides you saw that the region, northeast region of Romania is part of the partnership. And rather than just listen to the theory, I'm the moderator, animator of the Smart Health pilot, we've actually got Alina Capitanu, who is going to share her own knowledge of how her cluster, her region, her network has benefited from the support of the Vanguard Initiative, and how she has project ideas for the Vinovate. So I think it's from theory to practice. So Alina, if you'd like to.
Hello, thank you very much for the opportunity to present my region and the portfolio that we are developing in order to boost the smart health transformation of my region, and to present the fact that indeed, like Marc kindly introduced us, we are quite active in smart health pilot in Vanguard Initiative. And before presenting TraceMed, our demo case, I would like to explain a little bit more about the landscape of my region. So we are in northeast part of Romania. We are cross-border with Republic of Moldova and Ukraine in order to get a little bit of a flavor of a position that we do have in Europe. So we are the cross-border of European Union. Actually, we are ensuring this a part of a cross-border of a European Union. And we are quite dedicated to connect the regional ecosystem to the national European one. Northeast RDA, my organization, is facilitating the development of ImagoMore cluster. It's a cluster dedicated to molecular and nuclear imaging. And we have started to develop a portfolio of projects and join various initiatives. We have started in 2018 by joining the Smart Specialization Platform for Personalized Medicine, S3P4PM. And this year was the year when I have started to collaborate with the Flemish government. Afterwards, we have joined the Vanguard initiatives, and with the demo case TraceMed to radiopharmaceuticals. And of course, we are members of various other European and international networks like CIBER, the Council of European Bioregions, ECH Alliance. Also, we are quite active in this area. The main domains in my region are medical and nuclear medicine, in imaging, precision medicine, digital health, and artificial intelligence in healthcare as main focus. And I would like to present the fact that TraceMed makes part of a DNA of projects that are dedicated to transform the landscape in the northeast part of Romania, so to enhance and boost the smart healthcare transformation, of course, personalized medicine and precision medicine. So we do have TraceMed as Vanguard, part of the demo case. We do have MedicNest, but it's a project, COSME program funded project, and we have set up a MedicNest meta class in precision medicine that I will present shortly in a bit. And we have set up, for instance, Medimagia. It's an excellent center for personalized medicine. We do have a project Revert dedicated to colorectal cancer that is funded by Horizon 2020. It's a research project, very interesting one. And also, we are a member of European Innovation Hubs. We are connected in this area with a network of hubs that are having healthcare as a key domain. And also very interesting in smart health space, in European health data space, we have a project VELES that is dedicated to set up hub dedicated to pilot in southeast of Europe project and to have this piloting of European health data space in the countries that are connecting Romania, Cyprus, Bulgaria, and Greece, for instance. So next, I will start to present more about the TraceMed, but Marc has kindly mentioned that it's our demo case. So it's a European intelligent platform for new radio tracers. This is the idea, to interconnect and to map the capabilities of each region in order to boost and to produce radio tracers in a faster way, let's say. Because the idea is to have an ecosystem and to map the entire value chain. And if we are doing this, we can succeed to make radio tracer development and to give new radio tracer in the market faster. This is the main idea of a proposal, to map the capabilities of the members that we do have under this demo case and to be able to produce new radio tracers and to develop new technologies. We have signed up to TraceMed Memorandum of Understanding, and the northeast part of Romania is member of and coordinating the TraceMed consortia, together with Cluster Emilia-Romagna and the Institute Dino Samadori, that is a research center in cancer in Italy, in the region of Emilia-Romagna, which is a vanguard region, of course. And also we are collaborating with Slovenia Innovation Hub and the main key stakeholders from Slovenia, which also is part of Vanguard. And the Polatom is a main national center for nuclear research in Poland and quite active, and it's a distributor and exporter of radio tracers. Here, I would like to present a little bit of the fact that we have mapped the value chain of producing radio tracers, and we are developing a set of projects in order to boost the development of new radio tracers. We have a secure project that is dedicated to develop new radionuclides. It's a Horizon Euratom project, a very important one that I'll present shortly in a little bit. We do have biodistribution studies that are developed by the scientific team of TraceMed in northeast part of Romania. And we have set up a Medimagia center dedicated to have a center for personalized medicine and artificial intelligence in the use of medicine and imaging. A secure project, I would like to present the fact that TraceMed core team wanted to submit a proposal under Euratom, and in order to have a very strong consortium, we had joined forces of secure, and currently we are running this very interesting Horizon Euratom project in order to contribute to the sustainability of medical isotopes production and its application in this field. The leader is National Center for Nuclear Research from Poland, and all the members of TraceMed are part of a secure project. And from Belgium, for instance, we do have the Nuclear Energy Center, Study Center, part of a network, Joint Research Center, and of course, the European Nuclear Education Network. So it's quite a strong consortium dedicated to develop radionuclides. And the current status of secure is to study targeted alpha therapies for radio tracers. So we have produced very interesting scientific papers that have been published, and currently it is set up to have as a treatment a new radio tracer, but 225 Actium PCM 617. So it's very useful radio tracer for the treatment of prostate cancer, and this is the next step to publish a systematic review and meta-analysis in relation with a selected radio tracer. Also, I would like to mention that my scientific team, ImagoMol team from TraceMed, is developing biodistribution studies on rodent model animal, and we have been developing a paper that presents and synthesizes the radio labeling characterization potential application of a multi-layer coated gold nanoparticle as a promising biocompatible PATE SPECT tracer. So for the biomedical imaging purposes. So the final research findings do have implication for advancing the biomedical imaging technologies by introducing a novel radio-labeled particle and to have an improved biocompatibility and imaging characteristics. So related to TraceMed, this is shortly the presentation of the fact that we have interconnected the regions in Vanguard, and we are currently developing the secure project. And yes, another example of interregional collaboration in connection with TraceMed, because the idea is that radio tracers are very useful in precision medicine, but to MedicNest, it's the idea of Northeast region to collaborate in a broader sense with the European region based on cluster development. So it was a MedicNest COSME proposal and MedicNest COSME partnership. ImagoMol has developed a COSME proposal during 2 years with Medvia, Hellenic Biocluster from Greece, and Cluster CV from Spain. And together we set up a very interesting alliance, that is an Agile alliance dedicated to precision medicine and to connect our cluster, to have cluster-to-cluster collaboration. But above this, it's very important to connect the stakeholders, the members of our cluster, to have business-to-cluster collaboration, to have business-to-business collaboration. And the industrial focus is medtech, digital technologies, biotech, pharma, and medical imaging. And currently, from the 4 MedicNest founding members from the COSME proposal, we have 16 members that have signed a partnership agreement with partners from Portugal, our 3 clusters from Spain, Fundesalud, CV, like I have mentioned, is a founding member, Basque Health Cluster, Navarra. And we do have Cluster Emilia-Romagna as a partner in MedicNest, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Slovenia, Poland with Life Sciences Krakow, Bulgaria with Bulgaria Health Sciences Cluster. Hellenic Biocluster is a founding member, like I've mentioned, and also we do have a member from Netherlands, Boom, Brabant region. And the idea of MedicNest is to have an open alliance of interregional clusters that are willing to have their common proposals and to develop joint proposals and to boost an European precision medicine ecosystem. It's very important to have our ecosystem interconnected, to know very well our capabilities. We have developed a MedicNest meta-cluster strategy in precision medicine. We have mapped our stakeholders, and we are dedicated to develop and maintain a new precision medicine network. We are willing to increase the knowledge of the ecosystem while facilitating this transfer of know-how, good practices, and data sharing. We are supporting our cluster members in the progress to go to the market strategies and activities. The idea is to position European ecosystem and only go international to various international fairs or conferences or events like in USA, to position the fact that Europe is developing quite an interconnected ecosystem in precision medicine. So we do initiate new collaborative projects. We have set up the MedicNest meta-cluster in January. We have already 2 new proposals developed in order to access new funds. And we are serving as a connector between European stakeholders in precision medicine, including industry, academia, innovators, and investors. And we are quite willing to have a role in EU advising, lobbying for legislation reforms that are affecting precision medicine. Of course, we have also developed a joint action plan for precision cancer medicine, for instance, in order to have a concrete approach, how can cluster work together and to address precision cancer medicine. And we do want to develop further a joint action plan in cardiology or brain health to address various other pathologies that could be developed by interregional cooperation. So this is my showcase of how regions and clusters can work together in order to boost the development of personalized medicine and precision medicine, and to commonly have this goal of smart healthcare transformation. We are also a member of Innovate, quite active in developing interregional projects, and currently we are mapping to develop this idea, and we are willing to collaborate with various stakeholders from the regions that are members in Innovate in order to have interregional projects submitted under this new innovative mechanism, Innovate. Thank you so much, and looking forward for your questions.
As you understood, my presentation will focus on innovation procurement. I promise I will guide you through to this. I will explain at the end why innovation procurement may sound boring, but it is very exciting. I will start with this quote. Do you know how much budget do public buyers are spending through procurement in Europe? On annual basis, 2 trillion euros. And an important share of this budget is spent in the health sector. It is really important to find a way through for innovative SMEs and startups to access these procurement markets in order to benefit from the innovative solutions that these innovative SMEs and startups are offering. I think that I have to press this one, yes. The green one, yeah. Okay, but before I explain what we are doing in the European Innovation Council on innovation procurement, it's important to explain to you briefly what European Innovation Council is. European Innovation Council is the flagship initiative of Horizon Europe that has a budget of 10 billion euros to support deep tech in Europe. So we are a unique program that combines research and accelerator for startups and scale-ups, but as said, only deep tech. We have started the pilot phase 2018 to 2020, and the full program, the fully fledged program, started as of 2021. Some main features for the European Innovation Council: it's one-stop shop for breakthrough, deep tech, game-changing, market-creating innovators. We are supporting agile funding from idea to investment, and we are building ecosystems and communities. That's why the Vanguard initiative, as well as any other initiative, is more welcome to join this community of top-notch innovators in Europe. And how do we implement this scheme? We have 3 different funding schemes. We are starting with early stage innovation, the journey, with EAC Pathfinder for consortia and grants up to 4 million euros. Then we have another funding scheme that is called EAC Transition for consortia and single companies, where we are offering grants up to 2.5 million euros. There we are talking more mature technologies, closer to the market, but not so close. So if you are familiar with TRLs, up to TRL 6. And last, but certainly not least, the EAC Accelerator. We are supporting only companies here. Grants up to 2.5 million and equity up to 15 million. So a unique scheme that combines grants and equity. And we are helping them to access the market. So to bring all these innovative solutions to the European, but also at global markets for the benefit of the citizens and the customers. So this scheme is the EAC Accelerator, but here in the EAC, we don't stop only at offering grants. We are having an after-sales service, if allow me to say so, because we have this unique approach of supporting these EIC awardees to find their way to the market. So we are offering them mentoring, coaching. We are supporting them to find, to have connections with global partners, to access innovation ecosystems, and all this is happening through our EIC community platform that we are communicating with these 6,000 companies that we are supporting since 2014. But what is important to note here, that these companies, in order to receive grants or equity from us, they have to be very carefully selected. So we are working with the best in the class, with the top-notch innovators in Europe that are passing very competitive procedures in order to be able to receive a grant or equity from the European Innovation Council. That's why we have already 12 unicorns and 107 centers. This is wrong. I mean, like it was centers. Unfortunately, the updated presentation has not passed through, so I have to read because it's not there. But yeah, in our portfolio, we have 51 health companies. So the health sector is the most important sector in the portfolio of the EIC beneficiaries that we are supporting. And just to give you, from 2021 and onwards, namely from Horizon Europe, we have 101 beneficiaries, namely in particular companies, but not only, on diagnostics and omics, 54 on cell and gene therapeutics, 80 on cancer. So all these are top-notch innovators in these areas that are receiving support from us. And the impact of the EC grants, unfortunately, I have these slides here, but not passed through, so you will receive it later. We have in those 12 unicorns, the majority are from the health sector. And we have 44 health centauros. So you understand that health plays a key role in EIC. That's why it is important to keep close connections with the ecosystems that are supporting health in Europe, but also at the global level. And yeah, going back to the presentation that is already on the board, the business acceleration services, I told you this after-sales service. We are not providing only grants. We would like all these stakeholders to grow, to scale up. That's why we are providing assistance, free access to tailor-made services worth up to 50K. And we are providing connection to innovation ecosystems through incubators, accelerators, innovation agencies, and access to business partners, corporates, like big corporates in the health sector, investors, and guess what? Innovation procurers, because we do believe that these innovative solutions should find a way also to public stakeholders, in this case hospitals, especially through procurement. And some figures here about, like we have, for example, we have 2.2 one-to-one meetings with stakeholders. We have more than 103 deals. I mean, that's also important figures for the SMEs. And this is only figures that are from 2021 onwards, so Horizon Europe. And yeah, we should focus also to the reason that we are here, to the innovation procurement program. Our goal is to unleash the power of innovation procurement through the program that we have established in the European Innovation Council, making it as a center of excellence on innovation procurement, focusing on the supply side. And our way of approach is threefold: skills, contacts, contracts. We would like to enhance the skills of these companies to access procurement markets in Europe, but also at a global level. Because in procurement, it takes two to tango. Not only the public buyers that they will buy the innovative solutions, but also the SMEs, the innovative SMEs and startups, that they will be in a position to respond to these calls. Contacts. We have to establish contacts with these potential buyers and contracts. This is our ultimate goal, to help these companies find a way to the market. I say it a lot because this is the final goal, to have business deals. But not only business deals, but we need these innovations to come to us as citizens in order to benefit from these innovative solutions. And how do we do that? We have our program very, very quickly. At the core of this program, we have a community of buyers. We have a health sector. I don't know if this slide is... Yes, you see here the community. We have a specific sub-community that it is called health community, and we are collaborating with stakeholders in the health sector. For example, we are in contact. I don't know if you have heard of this term, the digital innovation hubs in the health sector, and we are inviting all these stakeholders to come to join these communities and interact with the innovation, with these top-notch innovators. We are organizing matchmaking events. 2 years ago, we had a matchmaking event with 53 hospitals in Europe. We are providing assistance to public buyers to do innovation procurement. So if you are from a hospital, public hospitals, do not hesitate to reach out to us to receive free of cost assistance to carry out an innovation procurement. And of course, we are providing assistance to our EIC beneficiaries to submit tenders in procurement. And a final offer that is coming on the way is that we are providing assistance to our EIC beneficiaries to do a proof of concept or pilot test on the services of public and private sector buyers. This is an important a way to facilitate innovation procurement in Europe. And I promise that I'm finishing because I see you. No, it's okay. Right? I'm following you, so yeah, okay. Oh no. So we had recently, you have to understand, the matchmaking event. It's not in the health sector, but with key players. It was in the context of the EIC summit with private sector buyers like Saab, like Boeing, like Constellium. So you understand the players that we are in contact with. Now we are in. I'm attending Bio next week, and we have in our pavilion pitching events with Sanofi, with Bayer. So you understand that private sector buyers are also our target. If you would like to receive more information and to stay up to date, so please visit the this link. And of course, you are free to contact me to provide more details on our EIC Innovation Procurement Program. But finishing, the message I would like to say is that innovation procurement is key. We need to start passing, to translate all these fantastic results of R&D that we have experienced, we have seen all these 2 days, we have to see as commercial products that actually are addressed to us as citizens of Europe. So that's why innovation procurement in general, is key in translating these R&D results into innovative products and services that we are enjoying. Thank you very much.
One thing that I really retain from both Alina and Vassilis' presentations is the importance for us to connect to the right people, the right networks, and I think sometimes we're all lost to the different paths for the information, and if you're an SME, you're even further away. But I think one of the messages is the notion that we are spending money in networks, we're spending money on procurement, and it's how best to ensure our SMEs, our research and innovation actors, get access to that. And I think, Vassilis, you talked about the trillions of money that are being spent. I think you could have also said that the European Commission are now running calls with the little acronym PCP, pre-commercial procurement, and saying, buyers, give us your challenge and we will give you money for those SMEs to then develop tailored, bespoke solutions, whether you're in the climate change, whether you're in health. So I think Horizon Europe is now putting money into this process. that's the first message that I think I can add to that. And I think the highly competitive nature of the calls you support are also another reason to work with the clusters and the networks that Alina mentioned, is that clusters and their ecosystem can support and shape and train to make sure they come out and maybe become a unicorn. And last but not least, sometimes it's not about saying, I'm going to go for this pot. It's about combining them. Sometimes there's a continuum, and you start, and I think, Alina, your presentation showed us that you start with this, you connect this, and suddenly you go from 3 people to having Europe's network that becomes a reference point for other funding programs from other strategic. So lunchtime is a good point to go and connect, whether you're a vanguard, whether you're an EIC beneficiary, or whether you're a cluster. And I think we have lots of clusters, not only in the hall, but also out there waiting to connect. So I'm particularly optimistic from my regional perspective, because I see regions are aligned with the ambitions of EIC. They want the money they spend to help their SMEs grow, and you want your networks, the research innovation, to benefit also from the SMEs that can grow and create jobs. And we saw that in a number of the presentations. So that's all I wanted to retain and say, Nina.